So in the last video we applied some primer. I sanded the body smooth after that a couple of times, added some more filler and some super glue to some low spots, applied the primer again, then finished it off with a 1500 grit polish on the primer so that it was nice and smooth and ready for the color coat to be applied. Now I just started this with a Suzuka Gray from Audi, which I thought was really cool. It's a sort of pearlescent but really down low color, not that flashy. It only really comes out when it's into direct sunlight, which I think is really cool. So as usual, just the hard to reach, easy to forget spots first, blowing off some pieces of dust and then moving on to the rest of the body. With the first light coat now on and really smooth looking, I just set it aside for 5 minutes and then moved on to the second coat, a bit heavier to complete the coverage. And again, after applying this second coat, I let the body dry for 5 minutes and then moved on to the third and final color coat. I did not include the footage in this video, as you could literally not see any difference between this and the third coat, so just figured to let it out and not waste 3 minutes of your time. Let the body dry for a good half hour to an hour, then applied a Hobby Design 3D emblem, which I got on eBay a couple of years ago, to the front, and then started on the RWB decal on the side that came with the body kit. I just applied some decal setting solution to have it in place properly and sit nice and tight against the body, and also help form it a bit, and then finished that off with some Sol to completely lock it in and do the final forming to the piece. After applying the decal Sol, I hit it with a hairdryer for a couple of minutes, being careful not to overheat it, then set it aside for a couple of hours before I moved on to applying the clear coat. Now with the clear coat, I used some Zero Paints 2K Clear, mixed it according to the packaging, and then went on to applying it on the body. First off, I just blew off any of the dust that might have fallen onto the body, and then applied a light coat on the hard to reach, easy to forget spots and over the decals to work them in a bit and have them work with the clear instead of against it. Not really sure if it actually helps, but in my case it always turned out doing it this way first and then going over it again with a full coat a bit later on. just like the color and primer coats, after the first, second, or third coat, just set it aside for a couple of minutes. 5 to 10 minutes should be fine. It will get nice and tacky, and the second coat will go on really easy and stick to that really good. So this second coat is a bit heavier. Went over a couple of spots twice as there was still some orange peel, and I didn't really want that in my finish, and that's pretty much all there is for now.